Ty's Weekly Roundtable. For those of you who don't follow me on LinkedIn, Ty's Weekly Roundtable is a question that I ask every Sunday before I go to church. Normally, I like to ask a question to my audience, which is of HR professionals, and of course, anyone else can chime in as well. But something talent related, something related to business. Why do you do this? Why do you not do that? Whatever the case may be. So, the topic of today's question is this. Why is it that a significant portion of HR professionals, both young and wise, can't seem to stay in one job for 3 to 5 years before moving on to the next? Now let's cut the fat. I understand business changes via restructuring, mergers and acquisition, management, etc. However, when a candidate continues to play hopscotch from one job to the next every 1 to 2 years, it leaves me as an executive recruiter to believe there is an underlying reason for the movement because the common denominator in the equation is you. So what is it? Are you easily bored? Are you striving to be a boss? Do you not do well under high stress? Is it the commute? If so, why did you take the job in the first place? Are you just an unhappy person because after the fulfillment of the new job smell is over, you get antsy? I'm curious because the reasoning behind movement people share with me over the phone is starting not to stir the Kool-Aid anymore, and I know there's a root cause behind some of your history. So, there has to be some underlying psychological reason behind folks who are constantly on the move, and I like to learn what that is. I appreciate your honesty and your feedback, and would love to kind of get, take a little bit of a deeper look at what the reason is. Outside of what the business may be doing, there's always a root cause. And I think people need to start to be a little bit more honest with themselves and say, well, what is it that I'm striving for? We're innately built as human beings to chase something. So what is it that you are chasing that you're not seeing? And over the course of your last 3 jobs, you've only been there a combined maybe 4 years. As a hiring manager, I can understand why someone would say, well, based off of that individual's history, I'm concerned that person's going to turn around and in 12 months not be happy for some odd reason and decide to move on. Okay, so what is the reason behind your moves, especially if you are a quote unquote job hopper? Some individuals have already commented. One individual said, I follow my husband. He's in the military. That's understood. That makes sense. And as an executive recruiter, I can most certainly articulate that on your behalf. So there are some understandable reasons as to why some folks will make a move. However, when it's historically one job, 5 months, one job, 12 months, one job, 17 months, it leads an individual to have the right to make the question as to, well, why are you consistently moving? And if I hired you, would you move in a short period of time? So at the end of the day, what is the root behind the movement? And I think folks need to take an honest approach and answer the question. What is the root behind the movement? And if you can be honest with yourself and be honest with an executive recruiter like myself who potentially could help you, I think it will be very instrumental in potentially landing you your next job if you were to do so with the assistance of an executive recruiter or if you were to do so on your own merits so that you have an honest man or woman in the mirror moment to identify, well, what really is the root cause? What am I chasing? What am I not being fulfilled? Why am I not being fulfilled in my work? And I think if folks answer that question, they will most certainly be able to help themselves when it comes to their career. So please have a sip of tea with me, my cup of tea, answer this question. Ty's Weekly Roundtable. Again, every Sunday this question is posed and I'll put it up on YouTube so you guys can help out and answer the questions. As always, just keep the comments professional. We'd love to have some real strong dialogue. Trolls, mean-spirited comments will not be tolerated. I will delete and I will report. So I appreciate you. For those who are looking for new work, as always, be strong, stay the course, and keep knocking. See you on the other side of the keyboard.